Hi, I'm Nico from BMT. I'm here right now at the New York Comic Convention of 2013. Today I will be interviewing some very important people and looking at their new products. I hope you enjoy. Hi, it's Nico again. Right now I'm standing next to Dennis Crisostomo. So Dennis, you working on any comic books lately?
I'm currently inking my good friend Steven Segovia on Superior Carnage.
So do you, can you tell us about it? Like the story?
I actually jumped on inking Steven's pencils just on the, I think, half of issue 3, and now we're on issue 5, I think. So yeah, it's been doing great.
Have you done any other comic books that at all?
Yes, I actually did quite a few comic books already. With Steven, I did X-treme X-Men I think last year or a few months ago, before I jumped over on inking Superior Carnage. And before that, I actually started working with Carlo, Pagulayan here. Our first work together was on EmmaFrost. I think that's way back 2004, 2003. So that was my first break. So yeah, I've been doing quite a few books already.
I see you draw a lot. What inspired you to draw, in general? Who inspired you?
Basically, I just started drawing when I was small, when I was little. I just, basically influenced by cartoons, TV shows, animation stuff. And when I was growing up, I learned that there is this one guy named Will Sportacio, who was also a Filipino, that I learned that he was doing comics and working for Marvel. And when I learned about that, I was like, oh, hey, if one Filipino guy can do that, why can't we? So I started, rolling from there, and I started, checking out other professionals' work and learning that my other friends actually are breaking in. So yeah, basically my influence are just, friends, fellow Filipinos, and basically working it out and be professional. Yeah.
What comic do you think was the most popular out of them, the ones that you've made?
Out of the ones that I made?
The ones that you made or helped make.
All right. Well, for me, I think all of my Marvel stuff, because Marvel is a mainstream publisher, so I think it gets my name more out there. But I'm very proud of what I've done before with some independent stuff. I've worked with a lot of independent publishers back here, and those publishers were like my stepping stones, and they trusted me, and they welcomed me with open arms and worked with them. So yeah, I think I have nothing in particular, or no book to say that book pushed me to where I am. I guess it's all what do you call this? It's all even for me. Nothing in particular, nothing big, but Marvel is a big help. It's a big help being a mainstream publisher. So yeah.
Well, okay. So now that you said that, I have to ask. Here's my last question. DC or Marvel?
Oh, you really have to ask that, huh?
Yeah.
Just told to come say hi.
DC is my actual initials. That's why you see it's Dennis Crisostomo. So DC. And I am working now with Marvel. And I both grew up with Superman and Spider-Man. So for you to ask that, whether DC or Marvel, I won't be picking anyone. I love both DC and Marvel. I love working with Marvel. I love to work for DC. So yeah, I'm not gonna pick. Yeah, it's even. I'm not gonna pick anyone over that.
Alright, well this is Nico signing out of BMT. Okay, I'm back. Right now I'm standing next to Carlo Pagulayan. And yeah, so what are you working on right now?
I'm currently drawing a Tigra for. It's a character for Marvel. It's actually commissioned, and it's going to be in inks and Copics.
So have you worked on any comics lately? Like, right now?
I just finished drawing Iron Man. It was just 3 issues. It's with Kieran Gillen and Scott Hanna. They just issued a preview. They posted pages of it in the previews for NYCC issue 17, and so far that's the last of what I've done, and there's still nothing yet in coming up. So hopefully there is.
All right. How many years have you been drawing?
Oh, I started drawing 2002. 2002, and my first character was actually my first professional work is actually Elektra, and I got the job out of pure luck because I was supposed to draw. I was supposed to try out for a Kiss comic book for Dark Horse, and unfortunately at the time I couldn't draw likenesses. Instead, I drew a pin-up of Elektra because I was reading Elektra back then. And as it turned out, Marvel was actually looking for a replacement artist at the time. So it was a right place at the right time. 2002.
Okay. So was it Marvel that inspired you to start drawing at the time?
Marvel well, the first books that I've read of superheroes was Micronauts under Marvel Comics. So I guess it is Marvel who was purely responsible why I'm right here in the funny books.
So from Marvel, who would be your favorite character to draw?
My favorite character. I guess I'd be biased because I'd probably say Scar, the son of Hulk, because I helped design the character. And although I really enjoy drawing either Black Cat or X-23 or Elektra because she was my first character in the books.
Are there a lot of like actiony drawings that you do?
Again?
Are there a lot of actiony drawings that you do? Like
Action shots?
Like yeah.
Mostly of superhero. Well, the most action shots that I've done was when I drew Avengers annual number 2 with Brian Bendis, and it was insane. I had to plan out everything because the scenes were happening inside Doctor Strange's house, and we had to sequence it where it won't be confusing to the readers, and everybody was talking, and it was insane. It was just too much of an action scenes, so it was difficult.
And I'm gonna end it again with the same question I asked Dennis. Marvel or DC?
I'm leaning towards Marvel. You want a reason? Well, to me, when it comes to DC characters, it tends to become more towards fantasy. Where in regards to Marvel, it's more like real life, where most characters are more relatable. So that's the reason. That's probably the reason why when DC rebooted their line, DC 52, most of the characters are actually more grounded to relatable. So I'm leaning towards Marvel.
Well, thank you.
Thank you as well.
This is Nico signing out. This is Nico from BMT. Man, time really flies when you're having fun. I mean, I was able to interview a couple owners and artists and everything. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope to see you next year. Bye. Hi, it's Nico from BMT. I'm here right now at the New York Comic Convention of 2013. Today we'll be interviewing a couple artists and owners of comic book industries. I hope you enjoy the show. Okay. Yeah.